Get your news. It's Rise Guys Headlines.
And we are live video streaming. You can find us facebook.com/Rise Guys, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at the Rise Guys. Go comment, say hello.
YouTubes. And you can text social to 72341. Get a link to those sent back to you.
Yeah.
Standard message data rates apply. Don't text and drive.
And if you hit the damn bell button, it'll tell you, hey, they're live. So you
Yeah.
don't have to wait on us to sometimes even forget.
You get notifications then.
All right. Paige, what is up in the play?
Oh, we got to talk about teenagers. Are teenagers even responsible enough to babysit these days? I would hope so. We're not talking like young kids. When you hit teens, 12, 13. But
I
we're
try
talking
not to hit
teenagers.
teens.
No, please don't.
I asked them first, are you over the, I don't even, 21 or over for me.
Well, a lot of parents use apps or websites to hire adults now to watch their kids because they're worried that teens just aren't responsible enough, or they might get distracted and watch TikTok or do something else, whatever the deal is. Someone did a study and asked over 30,000 adults. They wanted to know if they think teenagers are more or less trustworthy than they were 50 years ago. And only 9% said more.
I don't know. I have no experience with teenagers 50 years ago and very little with teenagers now.
And 39% say that they're less trustworthy. 32% say they're about the same. And 20% say that they're not sure. So what is the deal that makes kids so not trustworthy these days? I don't know.
I wonder if it's a situation like, the one kid's 15, the brother's like 6, and it's like, hey, watch him for a little bit.
I don't know that our traditional definition of trustworthy is necessarily the best word here. Because it might be a completely trustworthy young person, but I mean, it seems to me that kids nowadays shoulder less responsibility than previous generations of kids, which is probably good for them. But it also means you might not trust them to babysit because they don't shoulder responsibility like the previous generations did at that age.
Yeah, could be.
And I
don't think it's trustworthiness necessarily. It's just they haven't been put in the same positions.
I mean, when I was a babysitter, it was kind of like I had brats. I'll be honest with you. And
The dolls?
No. But I had children that were just not very well behaved.
With a Z.
And it was hard as a babysitter. So I imagine it would be just, certain situations if you are going to a house and how kids behave, because maybe it's the way people are raising their children.
There's also no uniformity of saying teenagers today, because I was about to say this and I'm like, well, that's not true. But I've seen a huge portion of teenagers and like early 20s kids who are incredibly sympathetic to the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
About every issue.
Yes.
And it's not like their parents was at all.
Yeah, because their parents came from our generations and we were just jerks about everything.
Speak for yourself.
Right. I think there's maybe better
I'm
tools.
changed.
Well, you weren't then.
I was reborn.
Yeah. I'm far less of a jerk now at least in my world outlook than I was then.
Me too.
So 56% of adults say that they got paid to babysit at least once in their teen years. That includes 70% of women and 42% of men, according to this study.
I was never trusted to watch my younger sister, and I gave them plenty of reason not to.
Yeah.
I was a biter. I broke her finger and also broke a mirror on her face.
But you weren't that far apart in age, were you? So it would be kind of silly to leave you both alone. Leave one of you in control of the other.
Like 4 years, three to 4 years, depending on what time of year it was. But I mean, when I'm 15 and she's 12, I remember one time specifically we were going to the beach the following weekend, and my mom and dad went to a car dealership to get a new car, one that I could remember and sing the phone number of right now. And my dad called on the way back and said, we got a Ford Festiva. And we'd just been talking about, like, how would a family our size get in a Ford Festiva? We ended up getting, it was a good deal. And I'm like looking at my sister like,
not comfortable.
We're not going to have a good time, Angel. We're going to be poured into this car. They ain't going to be able to get us out.
Especially if you have to crawl on the back. And
was it really a Ford Festiva?
It was a Mercury Sable.
Okay, see, that's a nice vehicle.
It's a little bigger.
It's a little better.
Yeah.
I wonder if the younger boys get to stay home earlier. Well, or earlier in age, like 12 or 13 than the girls. Maybe they wait for the girls like 15, 16 or whatever. Some parents, I guess, have to,
Oh, to set the like, how old are you able to stay alone without having someone watch you?
Yeah. I think I was 11, maybe 12, somewhere in
Really?
there. Yeah.
See, my grandma lived across the street, so it really, didn't matter quite as much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
Go
mean,
check on them.
we'd stay at home in the mornings because they had to go to work at 5 o'clock, and then my daddy would leave work, come home, and take us to school, and then go back to work.
Yeah, I wonder if you
I
ever
don't
called
think he
hell for
clocked
that.
out either.
I guess you're right about that. 6th grade on, we were able to stay alone. We didn't hurt anybody. But before 5th grade, no way, because that's when we had babysitters.
There wouldn't be horror movies without babysitting. Though.
Yes.
That's true.
I'm in the house right now. Oh my God, I'm gonna get you.
How are you in the house? We have awful connections here. How'd you get a phone number? Go through phone call.
Don't worry about it, bro. I'm in the house.
I'm under the bed. Damn it! I told you.
All right.
They're all like, those guys, horror movie guys. They're all just like, they're smart. I mean, they're really they're cunning. They're smart. If they could only apply that to good things,
Yeah.
they'd be model citizens.
Yeah.
Think about during the wintertime. Jason didn't have nobody to kill, man.
Oh.
Could have been cutting a lot of wood.
He
Made
could have been
lot
a
of money.
lumberjack.
Made a lot of money. Yeah.
He had to do other things to make money, I guess.
Well, he was
other
growing
than-
weed in that last one they did like 15 years ago.
Was
You know, the new one 15 years ago, he had a weed farm.
He
in that one.
predicted that, didn't he?
Huh. All
I
right.
remember
No
that
one did it before then.
Let's talk about Beyonce and more controversy with her latest music that she released. This time, it was with Reba McEntire.
Body language gives it away, doesn't it? I just crossed my arms.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Not liking it, or you just don't tired of hearing about it? So Reba,
Both.
she thinks a lot of great things will come from Beyonce making country music, but she's not willing to take sides when it comes to one particular song. And that song is Jolene. So a TMZ reporter, they're all about this. They're asking people, I guess they want to stir up controversy and try to keep this thing going.
Of course.
Like, yeah. So this reporter asked Reba if she prefers Beyonce's version or Dolly Parton's original.
Well, now this
come
is
on now.
interesting because, like, Reba's went Hollywood. Like, people say it's a different Reba. Might be a clone.
I'm the same, y'all.
Do you really want to stir the pot here?
Somebody asked a question.
Well, that's when Reba shut the interview down and got in her car. And she also laughed when she was told that Joy Behar from The View likes the new version because Dolly is, quote, anti-feminist. Is she really? I don't believe so. I don't think Dolly is anti-anything.
Well, the
Just
song, she's begging Jolene not to take her man, and then the new one, Beyonce, is threatening her not to. So is that
But
different?
Carrie Underwood and the Chicks made that model that it's okay to kill men in songs, but not women.
Yeah, but Dolly's just said, begging this woman, please don't take my man. Like, I
Yeah.
can't do nothing about it. Please stop, because he's
Mhm.
going to leave
Yeah.
me for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess it could be considered anti-feminist. I ain't got a horse in that race, though.
Did she write the song about putting a dude in her trunk, Carrie Underwood, prior to Jesus Take the Wheel, or is that after?
I don't know that she's written a song, period.
But she recorded it?
Prior to what? Prior
I'm
to-
saying, did she write the song about killing the dude
Mhm.
and then wrote Jesus Take the Wheel, or did Jesus
Oh.
take the wheel?
I want to say Jesus took the wheel first.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Because I was
Yeah.
like, he wouldn't take the wheel after that.
No.
He'd be
Kinda
like, I don't want to be charged.
Cowboy Take Me Away came before Goodbye Earl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is that with the car and taking the bat to the car? Which song was that?
That was before he cheats, Paige.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Earl
I
had
just, I affectionately called it the one she killed her husband and put him in the trunk.
But she has several like that. The
Yeah.
the long black Cadillac or whatever. That one, something like one of those.
Oh, yeah.
But that's where the wife and the mistress conspire to kill the cheating her husband guy.
Why would I know? But like, why would she not kill the mistress as well? Why is she just mad at him?
I feel like she was about to.
Because they didn't know about each other, I guess. He was working them both. He was using them both.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Mm-mm. Wow.
You know, Reba McEntire covered a Beyonce song years ago. If I Was a Boy.
Single lady.
Yeah, she covered that song like
Really?
Yeah, she did cover of it like over 10 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. That
Yeah.
seems like that.
Man, I hope they don't trade off and Beyonce does Survivor now because I don't want to hear that. That's what they do. They'll trade off.
Why
You sing
not?
mine, I'll sing yours.
All right. Re-release it. Make some money.
Do it.
Well, this is for the men. You want to be better off on dating apps? Do this.
Don't use them.
Go to the grocery store. Go to a
I've
bar.
never used them, so maybe this will work, guys.
You ain't a
You
man
don't
either.
need to.
I know.
Women don't have to use them.
Mm-mm.
Well, there's a study out on dating apps that claim that men are making a huge mistake on their profiles when they're talking about sports too much. So there's nothing wrong with listing your hobbies like playing or watching sports or sharing sports related anecdotes on dates if
Recess.
that's what you're interested in, right?
Who doesn't like a good doke? I do.
But
That's the stadium at Florida State.
if you're
Boo.
trying to stand out and be, mate worthy for a potential partner, you should include a diverse set of hobbies and interests.
Should.
Yep.
You did not say what you
Should.
thought.
So you should include that. Not necessarily be honest, but include that stuff.
Include ones that might appeal to another person or might have a different interest that you're not really tapping into. So according to data,
Data.
Brent
Blooper?
Spiner. Just call him Brent Spiner.
Spinner.
data, the top 5 interests for men on Tinder happen to be football or soccer, sports, lifting weights, bars, and comedy. And the top 5 interests for women are travel, music, movies, coffee, and walking.
If I see coffee as one of your interests,
And only 4%
Nah.
That
of the
means you like to drink
women,
milkshakes with none in it.
they mentioned football compared to 23% of the men. So the results may seem a little sexist, but they're apparently based on actual profiles. So it's a fact that male singles are more obsessed with sports than female singles are more intrigued by arts and long walks on the beach. So
And then when
there's-
you get together, you just settle in and find shows you like together.
So what they're saying is men would be better off on dating apps when they mention long walks on the beach or other things that maybe women
So
might be
lie.
interested in too.
Lie. Don't be honest. Don't
if
be
you're
who
a
you are. Lie.
sports maniac,
You got to own that.
you have to.
She's going to
because
find out.
She's going to find out.
True.
You don't exist on Saturday or Sundays.
Yeah.
Monday nights.
How about don't lie? You might not get laid, but at least you won't lie.
Don't use a filter on the profile picture. There should be one too.
The overlap with men and women are fitness and workouts. Maybe you
better
should
be
include that.
Looking for the butterflies flying around you when I see you in person.
Oh, I like the kid from Bebe's Kids.
Uh-huh.
No, like all the filters,
Oh.
but that too.
But I like the
Both.
Flies
fact
around the diaper.
that you
You
keyed
talking about
in,
baby whining?
you keyed into honesty. So if you're just trying to catch a fish, then you're putting bait out there and it's not honest. If you're saying, I love long walks on the beach and
Look
I
for that
want to
worm.
travel and take you to
Mhm.
Europe and blah, blah, blah. And that's not the truth. That's never going to happen.
Jesus could put that on his. He loves long walks
You're
on the
gonna
beach,
Yeah.
carrying
sit home.
250-pound guys over his shoulder.
And you could like the idea of going to Europe on a vacation. It's just a lot of people can't currently afford to.
You're going to sit home, eat pizza, and watch football all day long
Hell yeah.
and drink beer instead
Not a
of
pizza guy much anymore. Too much
No.
damn bread.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Something
It's
else that
wings.
starts with a P.
Potato
Panini?
chips are okay. I can't just eat one.
Peanuts,
Can't do paninis,
paninis.
Pierogies,
pierogies.
Peronis.
Be honest. That's
Yeah.
the best way. To
Parsley. I'm out.
be. All right.
We just did Ring of Fire.
Oh, dang. I don't have one.
Pickle pig feet.
Pickles,
Oh, he's even good at the
fried
food.
pickles. Yum.
Pimento cheese.
Oh yeah. Now you're talking. All right. Well, I'm Paige, and those are your guys' headlines.
Man, you're like a genius.
Oh, not at all.
I don't know why you're laughing. It just went towards you.
No, it wasn't.
You'll catch it in a
No,
second.
it's in the back of my monitor.
All right.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you for all of you that are watching the live video stream. Thank you. Have a good Monday. Watch out for the end of times this afternoon.
Mhm.
We will come back and more Rise Guys right after this. Good morning, everybody.